And we are back. That was a short break, wasn't it? Or maybe not so. It was like 5 minutes or so. I was kind of exaggerating when I said, I'm going to be back in 3 minutes. No, it was 5. Anyways, I told you already, like twice today, that I'm really excited about to see the next generation of a really interesting, I'm not sure if I should still call them startup. Because when I look at their products, it almost feels like they're already a well-established company. What I love about this age we're living in right now is, and IFA is a great show to see that. We are kind of on the verge and on the edge of moving into this age of the Internet of Things, or the Internet of Everything. Let's call it the Internet of Everything. And we still have like so many devices that were part of this old ecosystem, this old dump ecosystem that was never connected to the internet. But there's an interesting company that helps with the fundamental part of our daily lives, which is our heater, and which is, especially for those people that are living maybe somewhere on the southern part of this globe, is the AC. And so if you have an old heater, if you have an old AC that is not smart, there is a solution for this. And a company from Munich called Tado is going to help you with this one. And well, thank God I have the right person to talk to, which is Deilman. Christian, we met exactly a year ago here at IFA for the very first time. And that was a time when you launched your smart heat control. That was just on the market for a couple of months, right? It was brand new.
It was brand new, yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
Just give us a little bit of a wrap about the last 12 months. What happened? What happened?
Yeah. So last year at IFA, we launched our newest version of the smart thermostat for heating systems, because as you said, most households in the world have a heating or air conditioning already, and it's a substantial part of their life, and over a third of the global primary energy resources is going into heating and cooling of buildings. So therefore it's a very important part of our daily life, but also of energy consumption and climate change possibilities to improve the climate change.
Yeah.
So that's why we started tackling the heating systems. So we have this device here, which is the smart thermostat, which brings any kind of heating systems online, so you can control it from your smartphone in the first hand, and second, it brings a lot of algorithms into it. So the app on the smartphone recognizes when the last person has left the house, so the heating can go to a savings mode. And before the first person is on its way back home, it's already heating up, so it's warming you there. So it's like a geofencing functionality. We also include weather forecasts from the web to further increase efficiency and comfort at home. So
is this the one over here?
Yeah, exactly. So this is the one where
it's going here.
Where you see like the temperature on the device. You can adjust the temperature manually, but of course the main user interface is actually the smartphone. So this here hangs on the wall. It looks kind of slim at the wall, and usually you use the smartphone to control it, but it's as a backup. You can also control it from the device. So what we have...
I just need to interrupt you on this one. What I really like about this is it's available on each and every platform. So whether you're going to use an iOS device, it's available for Android. You can see it over here. Look at this. And it's even available for Windows Phone. How cool is that? This is how you're going to do it. So you started with this control unit. I think it was quite successful, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So this is especially focused on European market.
Yeah.
So our main countries are the German-speaking countries, UK, Italy, and Benelux. This is where we are the strongest in right now. we're also selling to other European countries. But right now, the heating product is focused on the European market.
So just to let you guys know in the chat, if you have any questions, I know that there are some questions coming up right now. Well, feel free to put them in the chat, and I will ask him about this a little bit later. But let's just walk through the products a little bit first. So this was what happened last year, and what I really like about this is also this kind of green approach, right? We need to save energy, and not only does it save you cost, oh sorry, that was my hand, does it save you cost, but it's also kind of gives you this green thumb attitude, or at least, you know, a better feeling about your environment. So this came out to the market last year, and then we have something new.
Yeah, exactly. So just 2 months ago.
2 months ago, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we launched our smart AC control, which is essentially a similar thing. So it adapts the temperature in the home according to your needs, and reduces energy consumption. And it works for air conditioning systems. So on one hand, it works with these things at the ceiling, those split units.
Right.
You can also control window units or mobile units which stand on the floor. So every air conditioning system which has its own infrared remote control.
Fantastic.
So this.
I have the one at the ceiling. I have like three of them.
Yeah, yeah.
And with this, I swear to God, my remote control looks exactly the same, with some more Chinese signs on it though. But yeah, this is. I'm sorry. You just wanted to go on in terms of how you're going to make this, right?
Yeah, exactly. So essentially, this black bar here is an infrared LED. So it speaks to your AC similar to your remote control.
Yeah.
And then the device has Wi-Fi built in, so it connects to your home router.
Right.
And therefore you have the control on your smartphone, and as a backup also on the device, similar to the heating version which I just showed.
So this is basically a device. I mean, what it can do is I could just set up some times, or I could even control it from my smartphone. When I know I'm going to be at home in like 20 minutes, let's make sure that the AC switches on and cools my room down to 20 or 21 degrees, or whatever you prefer. So that means it doesn't need to run for the whole time. Because this is, I'm sorry, I'm wasting so much energy in Taiwan, because I have one AC constantly running, because it also dries out the air, right? Especially when you're living in countries with so much humidity. It always helped me, but still at the end of the day, it's a waste of energy. And this is what I can control right now, where I can also save lots of money.
Yeah, exactly. So and it also has a lot more sensors inside, like motion detectors, and it has Bluetooth Low Energy built in. So what we are in the next one of the next updates for the app, we will have a room by room detection. So when I'm moving from the living room to the kitchen, then the living room goes more to a savings mode, and the kitchen is being prepared to be more comfortable, so it cools down even further. So this is like an update which is already built into the hardware, and now it's being released at on the app level.
Yeah. Do you know anything about what? It's already available in the market. Both devices are available in the market.
Exactly. Right? So this product here is available worldwide. So you can order it from any country. The heating version is currently focused on Europe.
Tell us a little bit about the standards. Are you using any open standards for this? Is there a kind of open API? Can you connect it to other devices that are already part of a connected ecosystem?
Yeah. So we are in the release process, so it should be there today, tomorrow, maybe in a few days of the IFA integration. So we've been working on this over the last month, and finally, it should now go through the last release cycle, and then it also has the Apple HomeKit chip built in.
Okay,
so
nice.
In one of the next updates for the app, it will be Apple HomeKit ready. So this will still
very cool.
Take maybe, let's say, end of the year, beginning of next year, until it's ready. But it's built into all the hardware products already, and then the apps and the updates improve over time. That's also the beauty of IoT products, that they get better over time.
You just asked about this, about the open standards, right? It's interesting to see that you can use IFT with one of my favorite. Well, is it an app? No, it's more than an app. It's just IFT, right? There's nothing like this out there where you can really customize this to my needs. To also see that the Apple HomeKit, or it's going to be Apple HomeKit compatible, is quite interesting. Maybe also for was it Waze? Right? No, not Waze. What was the new infrastructure that Google announced? It was used to be Android at home, but now they announced during the last Google I/O. Gosh, I forgot the name of this. Anyways, Waze. No, Nest is actually somehow they're a little bit their competitor, but they also have a development environment at Google, and that they just opened up and introduced at the Google I/O, and I'm pretty sure that you guys are working on this anyways. Both of them are available. Tell us a little bit about the pricing situation.
Yeah, so. The heating product for Europe, it's 249 euros if you buy it.
Yeah.
You can also rent it for small monthly amount, or and for the cooling product, the smart AC control, it's $199.
So it's 249, and once again, well, Tado is stating that you can save up to 31% of your heating costs over here. So if you just, maybe, do you even have a calculator on your website, right? Where you can just, there you go, even better. So head over, it's tado.com.
Yeah.
So head over to tado.com, just type in the cost for your heater for like 365 days a year, and just, get rid of 31%. And then you know what you're going to save, and then you know if it's worth it to get this little bad boy over here. And I'm pretty sure that after the first year, for most of the people, this already paid off. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So it really depends on how big is your house or your apartment, how well is it insulated, how many people live inside, what are your living patterns, and so on. So you can type this into the calculator on tado.com, and then it shows you how much you save per year by using Tado. But in basically all cases, it pays off within the first year.
There you go. And it should be exactly the same with the smart AC control.
Yeah,
you know what? I'm pretty sure for me it's going to pay off in like 3 months or so. Even though the energy costs are quite low in Taiwan. But still, this is quite. Oh, there's a question. My mobile AC has also a temperature control. Where's the benefit with this one? That is actually. Well, keep in mind, if you even though you have a mobile AC at home, and you're coming back home from work, and you just want to make sure that your room is cooled down as soon as you're arriving in your apartment or in your house or wherever, or in this specific room. Sometimes you only want to cool down a specific room. Like I have an AC control in my home office. I don't need to cool down the whole apartment with just the home office. Just imagine that you can control it in a way when you know, okay, I'm going to be there in like 5 minutes. You're going to switch it on, and it's going to be perfectly cooled down as soon as you arrive. This kind of remote control feeling, this control over it, maybe even on a kind of time scale, right? Where you can say exactly, okay, at exactly 5:05 p.m., I want to make sure that my mobile AC in this specific room is kicking off with a temperature of like 22 degrees. So I think this is pretty interesting. You're shipping it globally, pretty much. Can you tell us a little bit about this kind of distribution? Is it more successful in Germany? Are there any other markets where it's very competitive and very successful? Are you shipping? What are your main target markets?
Yeah, I mean, for the heating product, it's the countries which I named. So Germany, Austria, UK, Italy, and Netherlands. So those are the strongest countries in Europe for a heating product. With new markets catching up quickly, but there's still some more work to do in terms of business development and so on. And then for the air conditioning product, the smart AC control, actually. Half of our customers come from the US, mainly from the East Coast, New York City area. That's also where we had a marketing communication push this summer with our Smart NYC campaign. So and besides the US, it's the southern part of Europe. So Asia, Australia, we're not so deeply into the markets yet. So we plan to have a trial in Singapore in October, November this year to see how it works.
That makes perfect sense in Singapore, trust me. Actually, I have German friends living in Singapore for like about 5 or 6 years. They would love
really?
that.
Yeah, that would be great. And because, I mean, Asia is the largest market for this product by far.
Yeah.
It's just as a European company, it's not so easy to enter these markets. So US is much easier for a European company as we see it or as we feel it.
And by the way, it was called Weave. That is this new Google standard that they're using for their kind of HomeKit, but I'm pretty sure that it's also something that you guys are looking at.
Yeah, we're definitely looking into it. We haven't taken any decision there, but as far as I know, it doesn't require any hardware changes.
Yeah.
So for the Apple HomeKit, you need to have the chip on board.
Yeah.
So luckily we have the chip on board.
Right.
And as far as I understand, that the Google version doesn't require any hardware. So therefore, it's just if we decide to do it, then it will be a software release.
Well, all I can say is seriously, the feedback that we got after the last show and people trying it out, just how positively surprised they were, where they really see the benefit. And once again, like I said it already at the beginning, I just love this idea. Especially for people who are just renting out an apartment, right? When you're not a house owner, that makes it already a little bit more difficult for you to kind of use the old infrastructure and make it a little bit smarter. Because I mean, you can't just go into when you're living there in an apartment and there are another 10 or 12 apartments in your house, right? You just can't head into the heater room and just try to tinker around with the heater. This really helps to make your environment a little bit smarter. And I'm so glad that finally the control unit for the AC is available, because that's exactly what I'm going to review in the next couple of months to see, how this works out for me. And I've been really looking forward to do that. Well, thank you so much for joining us again. I wish you the best of luck for this great product. I'm so happy that this comes from a German company here and that you guys are really, plus you're supporting those standards. I think with IFT, you already sold me over. Also to see it in all the different, in the 3 different operating systems, on iOS, on Android, on Windows Phone. Best of luck for you, right? Congratulations. We're gonna have a short break of about 2, 3, maybe 5 minutes. And then we're gonna talk to another iconic brand and another iconic name. It's a consumer electronics show. We also need to talk about cameras. And I will never forget the first moment yeah, when someone took a picture of me when I was a little kid with this camera. We're talking about the Polaroid camera. They're basically a very disruptive force on this market, like the very first camera that got introduced in 1800, or just late 1800s, and then how disruptive the digital technology has been since Kodak developed it in the early 70s, the first digital camera. And with Polaroid, we have those guys over here that had this kind of instant development of a picture, the picture that just came out of the camera. So we're going to talk to Polaroid for the next hour. Just can't wait for this, and just bear with us for the next 5 minutes, and then we're going to be back.